What is up, guys? Wraec is here with a new video, and today we are going to do some awakenings indeed, and that is mostly due to us having another solo awakening session. This time around, quite nice, 200 points will get you in here. You will get a B tier awakening item. Quite the nice chance for some juicy A tier heroes after this event. I will honestly not be surprised if we see a flood of them in the auction house right after you get the rewards for this. So that will be quite interesting. Also, 50 people will get an A- or better. Quite insane. Quite insane, still not the best way to get you an A-. I reckon the best way to get an A- is still going to the auction house and just buying it. We are off for a different mission though. We are going to do the Soul Awakening Gala. It's at 300 points this time. Does give you half core though, so that's quite nice. So we are going to do that. I have one or two things that I want to awaken, and starting off we are going to go with the Heartwatcher. I still have a pretty bad Heartwatcher copy for some Flameshowers and stuff. That would be quite nice to get a better one. We are going to start off with a free awakening, of course, that I saved up for this. And that is not looking too bad, not bad at all, and we are done. B-, that's good enough. It's a little bit filthy. It's not that much of an improvement, isn't it? Oh, it is. Look, 1800 to 2900 HP, I can definitely go with that, so that's enough of Heartwatcher. Let's swap that copy. Well, let's see how much HP that actually gives us. We had 319 million with that copy, and with the new copy we are at, let's see, 348 million. So cool, 28 million HP, which is quite nice considering we have a hero here that can't be brought to E4, so quite a huge upgrade. Next thing we are going to do, I kind of want a better copy for this, though this is already quite nice. 5112. I was considering going for SQH, but then again, the problem of awakening SQH is, yeah, you can go for the juicy S tier, but then A tier is not really what you want, and a B tier is, again, not really what you want. While if you get like a copy like this, really, if you get like a 5000 attack Vesser, that for sure will sell as a tenant, will give you some nice money. So I guess what we are off to do is we are just going to start and are going to awaken some Vesser copies. We also have some Flora copies I see here. Flora copies also always quite nice. I have to scroll over a lot. Should probably change that, we will see. But first, Vesser copy. We have to do some awakenings though, so it will take a bit. I hope we get some nice summon. I mean, we got the first one, the Heartwatcher, so that's already quite good. The rest, I mean, what are we really looking for? Obviously, an A tier would be huge. We will always take an A tier just for the value it has. And other than that, we want high tier summons to make it as cheap as possible for us to get to the 300 points. I still don't see myself going for the Soul Awakening session on this account. I mean, it can have some profit in it, but mostly you will need to get an A tier during your summoning to make this worth it, and a lot of people end up not getting one. I think Artorias even, that is a horrible copy, ended up not getting an A tier during the last time we did the Soul Awakening session, and that is a problem, because then you end up getting like your A tier, your A+, whatever, and that in the end costs you more than just going to the auction house and buying it there. If of course you get an A tier during all of the summoning that you do, and that ends up being a nice A tier, maybe something that can sell for 20k starry or something along the lines of that, then this can be profitable, but oftentimes it sadly isn't, and you are very much relying on luck. And even if you end up like for example, let's say you end up getting an S tier stone, huge stone, S tier summoning, insane, can be worth 50, 60, 70k, mostly towards the 50k nowadays, because the value of copies in the auction house fell quite a bit, and will continue doing so, by the way. And so considering that, I mean, you still can end up getting like an A tier attack on a hero like DTV or something. You still have to deal with all the luck of rolling, of summoning the copy yourself. And this can be quite a roller coaster and can be quite problematic, because you might just end up with a copy that is not desirable and that doesn't sell for a whole lot in the auction house. So you end up with a low value copy, And that of course means that the summoning you did before has to be all the much more valuable, and there has to be all the much more good copies in there, and oftentimes that is sadly just not the case. So now we need some more copies, and of course on this account that is not a problem. We can just go in here, get ourselves another 30 copies of Wraec Invesa. We could have looked if we had some more in here, but I don't mind. Yeah, we had a few. We had a few. 30 should be enough though. Let's summon those. And that's something I love here on this account compared to the Amazon account. We just have the copies. Still though, I think they should make the filtering a little bit better. I would love to filter for Wraec Invesa. That wouldn't be too much of a problem. Or C tier, maybe? C minus? Okay, C minus. That wouldn't be too much of a problem. They have to filter from the auction house. Bring that in here. Let me filter for Vesa instead of every time having to scroll to the right till we reach the Vesa copies, which is quite annoying. But then again, I guess for most people that's not too important, considering, I mean, like you get the 1 or 2 free-to-play sums every now and then, and I mean, that's just not a whole lot, and you will know which copy you want to summon anyway, so I guess, oh, that's even more horrible. The scrolling isn't really the big problem there. You might, I mean, if you just get the free summons, you might as well just go to the hero itself that you want to summon in the hero list, click on it, click Awaken Soul, and that will work as well. If you want to do multiple summons, that layout here is quite uncomfortable though. Nothing too fancy yet. I guess we got quite lucky with the Heart Watcher. That was quite nice. Nothing good here for the Wraec Invesa yet. For the Vesa yet. I mean, we don't really rely on that, but some high tier copies to get some good points for the event, that would be very much so desirable. For myself, I still fancy that I could do the Soul Awakening session every time I sit here and think about it, and I guess I have some starry here, I could get some contract starry, could buy some copies, sell that, retire that, get some copies, but then, I hate it. That is the point of it that I really hate is once you commit to it, once you go in there and you start summoning and you are at that brink of getting like an A-, you have to go on. You have to go on and you have to spend the next 10,000 starry gems to complete more summons, just so you don't fall out of it, so you don't fall to that B+ tier, because once you're at the B+ tier, the value drops a lot. From A- to B+, the value drops a lot. From A to A-, it's a little bit less of a value drop, but you don't want that drop from A- to B+. That is horrible. On the Amazon server, however, yeah, I guess this time will be pretty cheap. People will compete for the SSS stone. We won't, we can't. I would. On the Amazon server, I would totally compete for the SSS stone. I would just retire whatever, like one of our heroes. Wouldn't be too much of a problem. We don't use them anyway. We can get them again. It's no problem. Like what did we summon last? Not Olivia. What's her name? I forgot it. Oh my god, we have to check. Elena. I remembered. Like last time we summoned Elena, we won't use that for ages. We can just retire it, get a new one whenever we want, so that won't be a problem at all. But the thing is, we don't have copies. I have like 50 copies, and that's it. Maybe we get like 70 summons out of it. Maybe 80. Maybe we could spend some resources, get a few more. But it really is quite limited, so no chance of getting an SSS stone, despite having the contract story on this account, which is quite interesting. Like we have the contract story, but not the things that we could summon. So it's kind of weird. I guess a few more events, and then maybe one day we could go for an S or SS or even the SSS stone. I mean, it would be an option. It would be an option on the Amazon server, and of course, like an S tier again. That's pretty cool. Though I think we struggle with more free-to-play related problems on the Amazon server, like having very slow progress on CI, very slow progress on heroes, and compared to like somebody like Soul, yeah, he's just a lot faster. He's just a lot faster, and he got to 70 to 80 to 90 to 100 million strength in an instant, while we try to improve our attack from 2.5 to 2.6 million, and that takes ages, and it is a different kind of game than what we play on this main account. On this main account, it's just like, okay, we want 30 copies of Wraec Invesa, and we got it. No problem. And of course, that is the result of saving for quite a long time. I mean, we didn't do a whole lot of awakening events, and if we did an awakening event, we went for the 200 points, got our B-, or in this case, B-tier awakening item, and we're happy with that. By the way, the B-tier awakening item, of course, we will use it for G-star. Maybe once again we can get lucky. Like with HHA or DTV, both copies I summoned myself with an awakening stone. Maybe we can do that again and get like G-star at A-. That would be quite insane. I have been quite lucky with those summoning stones on the main account. That is something I have to say. It's a little bit confusing because we don't usually get lucky on the main account, which if you watch the footage in the background in the last, like, I don't know, 10 minutes, then you know we don't really get lucky. But with those summoning stones, they compensated for every bit of bad luck that I had. And well, I mean, we got an A- HHA and an A- DTV. I can't complain about that. Even though those copies for sure weren't the greatest ones, and if I picked them from the auction house, I wouldn't have gone for those 2 copies, because, yeah, not too beautiful at all. Still, I mean, it's decent. We got Giant Killer on DTV. We got I went for PvP roll on the HHA. I went for GK first, tested it, thought it's not really worth it to go for PvE damage at all, and then I rerolled that for Defier. Put some Defier on him, put some other nice things on him, and made it a PvP roll, and I've been quite happy with that. He is quite good against some shields, he's quite good in PvP now, and the PvP roll really amplified that. So the A tier mostly gave us higher stats in Defier, so it was still quite nice. And as you've already seen, we have like a 100,000 starry gems on this account. So on this main account, we are indeed going for another S tier. Now 11 minutes into the video, I can confirm that we will go for another S tier. I'm not quite sure which one yet. I was looking in the auction house at a DTV that was there, an SSDTV. That was quite interesting. I thought like, okay, like putting a lot of attack on him, 25, 20 million, something like that. And then going into PvP and just killing the enemy even before weakness disclosure with huge active skills. And the god roll on that DTV, that was something I thought was pretty cool. Right now there is an SS Mystic Fairy Freya. I think that's quite cool as well. Like some support, and then you can use her for SE, and she's a tenant for our Ferric Investor as well, so she will give huge stats there, and she's a very good tenant at that. She's gives like really huge stats. So that's quite insane, and that's something I've been looking forward to. Maybe it will be one of those heroes. We will see. But I was waiting for this Soul Awakening session, because always during Soul Awakening session, not we, but other people get A tiers, they get S tiers, they summon them, and then they put them on the auction house, maybe to continue summoning, because, well, they got like the SS Mystic Fairy Freya, but really they wanted the DTV, so they go into the Soul Awakening session, do summonings, and try to get the SS stone so they can get their DTV, which is all good and fine, but it enables you to buy pretty cheap copies on the auction house, and that was what I was waiting for. So now I'm just waiting for other people to do summons and give me the option to buy some stuff. I guess with this Ferric Investor copy, this is not a Ferric Investor, this is a Melassa, we are done indeed. I guess that should have been enough points, shouldn't it? Let's see. Felt pretty average, those summons. We can retire some stuff. Oh, okay, yeah. Maybe below average. Might have been below average. God, that's something in my throat. Quite annoying when you try to record a video, and there are those certain moments where you can't just stop the recording because there is something going on in the background, and that is always bad. So some E+ here, a lot of E tier as I see it. Doesn't seem too good. Some D-, okay. Yeah, we obviously are not going to keep those Ferric Investor copies, and usually you would sell those C-. I was talking to a few people about that. Usually if you can sell something on the auction house, especially as free-to-play, it's well worth doing so, because you get some starry gems you can save towards a better hero, or an A-tier hero even. So that's quite nice, but of course on this account, yeah, doesn't really matter. 213 points. We are not even close. But we can also confirm it is 200 points to go into the Soul Awakening session, not 300. So if you don't want to go for that last reward in the Soul Awakening Gala and just for 200 points, you can do that. So then again, if you are, I guess it's worth it. That's a 90k sublimation chest, 150k spiritual essence, or a half a core. That's pretty good, honestly. That's pretty good. We have to do some more summons though. It's always like those summoning videos, they are just endless. We got some Ezreal copies. I guess we go for that. Let's go for some Ezreal copies. I have him in a core summon. Not that I need him, but I mean, this is an A- we don't have. So DH Games, please deliver. Yeah, that is a bit wrong, I guess. That's a little bit of an E+. So 300 points is a little bit high. It's a little bit high, but for the rewards, it's okay. For the rewards, it's really alright. And having that at a time where we also have the Soul Awakening session as 200 points, and there is a lot of loot and summoning this week, I guess, so quite nice. We could get some better summons here, though, because, yeah, that's not going to do it. That's going to take ages and eat up all of our contract story, which at least we have enough of on this account. But some, yeah, D- is okay. That's something that's alright, I guess. But we need some C tiers, we need some B tiers, some stuff like that, some high tier summons. Because, yeah, that is just, again, only to show you that that the dream of getting like an A tier in 3 summons is wrong for most of the people. Again, that's quite interesting as well, by the way. A lot of people go in there like, yeah, I might summon an A tier and that makes it worth it to spend my hard-earned 2000 starry gems on this event. Yeah, most likely you won't. Most likely you won't. And as I said, the best way to get an A- is to buy it for like 7,000-8,000 starry gems in the auction house and get like, I don't know, get like an LFA if you can, or get like an SFX. Those will all carry you pretty well. Or just go for a B tier and get yourself an DTV and be happy with that. Honestly, B tier DTV is such a nice carry. Such a nice carry. Can clear so much. I even saw a screenshot recently in my Discord. Somebody posted with E plus 15 damage in Star Expedition from a B tier DTV. Insane if you ask me. Insane if you ask me. So much damage just from a B tier. Definitely nice. What the hell? Okay. I have mixed feelings about this. No idea what is that even. What was that? It's like one of those heroes that I saw as well. Like recently there was one. 2 B stats and then like an S stat. So weird. So weird. Are we now at the required points? 276. We are indeed not. Some more summons. I mean, what do we even have? With some Mockmans. Those are the level 100 heroes that we have for the 5-star series. Oh god, can I go with some Vulcan? Vulcan, that's nice. I have him in course as well. Let's go with some Vulcans. Now imagine getting like an S tier here. If we get like an S tier Vulcan, that would be so broken. It would be so insane. But like, let's be real. We get D tier. That's what we get. That's what we get. We get D tier, we get E tier, and that's about it. Last time my summonings were so average. So insanely average. D plus even. I thought that was at least a C. No, it's D plus. You could look at the statistics and look like at the list of the summonings that we did. Oh, B minus was quite nice. I mean, maybe I can sell that on the auction house. 3,600 attack. That's not quite bad. Precision crit damage, pretty good. Sure, why not? Pretty nice summon here. I think that should already be the last. I guess with the B minus now. Yeah, I guess that's another C tier. Those Vulcans were quite good. Can't complain about that. And we are at 318 points. Oh, and we could get here. Here's a lot of contract story that they put in here. Quite nice as well. So let's claim that all. I went for some sublimations. I went for the core. That is what I wanted. And should probably be enough now to get my SQH core to noble. But then anyway, let's check out the statistics. We are at the 100 plus points. We are... How far are we even? What do the people have at in points now? Like top 50 which you need to get an A tier is 479 points. Still rather cheap, but don't forget, it's first day of the event. On the last day of the event, that will be a lot higher. Oh, Summer Melody event, didn't even see that. 318 point detail, 4823 65142. 2 B minus, I guess, pretty okay. All in all, pretty average. So I'm happy we got 2 B minus, one of which even sellable. So I guess that's okay. That's okay. That's about the expected value, the expected amount of summons. And yeah, thanks for watching. I wish you guys a great day, and we'll see us in the next one.